Hey beautiful people, welcome back. I wanted to explore this idea of whether our bodies know what they need to heal, and if they do, what we can be doing to harness that and tap into that brilliance. I'm Dr. Sally Bell and I'm a medical doctor and have a great love for root cause medicine, trying to work out what's going on in your body and using day-to-day things to help your body heal and repair. Now, when I trained as a doctor, those first couple of years in medical school, we learnt the utter brilliance of how the body is made, from a cellular level right through to the whole organism working together, and all of the brilliance that goes into that, and how we are genetically engineered and wired for healing, for health, for balance, for feeling good. It really, really is stunning. But sadly, when you get later on in medical school to sort of year 3 and 4, we're asked to almost forget all of that. And we're asked to put a list of symptoms into a disease classification. We move from treating people to treating diseases, and we're often asked to follow guidelines that are pharmaceutically driven on the whole and don't pay attention to the individual and what's actually going on in their body. And we have kind of divorced and lost confidence in the fact that our body inherently is wired to heal. And as physicians, we lose confidence in how to help people harness that brilliance and how to live by design, because we have got into this mindset of disease classification and following guidelines. But the fact is, our bodies are wired to heal. They are designed to operate in a certain way. And as we learn to live by that design, we can harness that incredible ability to heal and feel good. And the body over the years, the millennia, has evolved by listening and working out and reading the signals in the environment that it finds itself in. And it doesn't take its information from the news or from the social media that we're paying attention to. It reads signals in a host of different ways. It's very much related to the environment that we've evolved in. So the sunlight, for example, we have hormones internally that respond to sunlight, switching on and off certain things and helping us sleep and helping our bodies thrive and helping our digestion work. We know that temperature around us impacts how our body functions. We know that our body actually communicates with our food, and our food, it's not just calories, it's not just something that tastes good, but it's information, to our bodies, and it's telling us about that external world that it finds itself in. We also have learnt to understand the incredible interaction we have with microbes, the bacteria and the fungi and the viruses in our environment and on our soils and on our skin and in our guts, and how they are informing and training our immune system and talking to us about what's going on, in the external world. And our body's taking all of these signals from all of these different places, and then it's collating them and it's trying to decide and communicate to us what needs to happen so that we can thrive. And so it has these biofeedback mechanisms where it signals back to us and makes adjustments in how our body is functioning so that we can live well and enjoy life. And the thing is, what we find ourselves in modern day life, over the last sort of 70 years, life has changed so dramatically, and we have lost touch with many of the things and many of the ways that the body is working out what we need. We've lost touch with the sunlight because we have all these lights around us and electricity and 24 lighting, and we've lost those rhythms. We've lost connection with the soil and with the landscape and with nature. We have done great damage to the microbes in our soil and in our guts and in our environment because of the pesticides and the chemicals that we use to grow our food and we use in our cosmetics and in cleaning our houses, and that in turn is impacted the body's ability to know and interpret what's going on in our environment. And And so, you know, it's a confusing time for our bodies, and it's one of the things that's contributing to why we find ourselves so unwell, is this disconnection from these rhythms that historically have, you know, for millennia have sustained us and helped us thrive. But the other thing is, you know, in modern life, is that we have become so disconnected from our bodies that we have lost the ability to know what's going on, to know what we need. You know, we have these simple mechanisms that tell us when we're full, tell us when we're hungry, tell us when we need to sleep, tell us when we are in danger of burnout. And we've lost the ability to listen, respond, often because we're just so distracted, you know, with the modern pace of life. We don't have time to ponder, but some of the things that we engage with on screens, that our minds are constantly entertained. And I think, like, so I personally are totally convicted that our body does know what it needs to heal. And often, you know, it's not till things have gone really wrong, where we are suffering or we are in pain, that we actually start to pay attention. And I think one of the ways forward in terms of recovering health as individuals and as communities and as a planet, you know, one is starting to go back to connecting with some of those ancient rhythms in life, you know, with our sleep and with connection with landscape, connection with the land, connection with our microbes out there, and connection with the daylight. It's starting to live again with those rhythms and in connection with our environment. But also there's that need, you know, to learn to be present and learn to listen to what our body needs. You know, many times when I sit with my patients and we're unpacking everything that's going on, you know, I will ask, what do you really think, you know, is going on? Where do you think the problem is? When we've laid all this out? And I am amazed, the majority of my patients, once we've unpacked the story, once we've really had a look and stood back, they can go, these are the things that I know are going wrong in my body. And often I will concur and it will resonate with me, and then we'll start working on those areas together to help them recover health. And we have that brilliance within us. You know, our body is totally for us, but we have lost confidence in it. And we need to come back to being mindful. We need to come back to asking our body, what do you need from me right now? Do you need some silence? Do you need to sleep? You know, do you need to eat some real food? Do you need a cuddle? You know, do you need to take a holiday? Like, what is it that you need? And as we sort of get back in touch with being present and going on this journey of tuning in to what our body needs, I think that what will happen is, well, what I see happen in my patients and in my own life is that our body finds its harmony quicker. You know, it heals quicker. And so I think the challenge that faces us is huge in modern day life. But I think we start with asking, you know, where we are now, like just putting things aside, coming back to ourselves and starting listening to what your body is saying it needs today. So I hope that helps. If it does, you know, stay tuned, because I talk a lot about different practices that help us tune in, as well as all those other things about what we should be eating and how we sleep and all those more traditional ways of looking at health. But just stay, you know, subscribe to my channel and we'll unpack that in that journey together. Any comments, just email me. I don't put my comments on at the moment because I just find it too much to cope with if people don't like me and say nasty things. But, you know, if you've got constructive things or questions, do get in touch with me. I'm really keen to learn and grow together. So have a great week, and I will see you next time.